Hey everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Giant Blue Gamescast for the month of November. I'm your host, Jack Macmillan, with me as always. Which, you know what, that makes me sad, because one day you guys are not going to be on it, and I won't be able to say with me. Now with me as always. I'll be with me most of the time.
We should set that up where you're just like about to like go to us. Oh, they're not there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not there.
That episode I'm like Felix. Oh no, and I'll start crying.
When that episode comes, have a cardboard cutout of me sitting on the table.
Yes, I want cardboard cutouts of everybody.
That would be great.
With me as always, your hosts, Felix Baker and Sean Guy, and returning for the first time on this show for the second episode throughout the week of the Matt Connaissance.
Well, you're going for a third name, have you?
You gotta fuse it with a video game now.
Special guest, Matthew Zarimis. Matt, how you doing?
Good.
Matthew is a YouTuber and a streamer.
Yeah, going towards more streaming now.
Streaming?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of YouTube currently.
Yeah.
Which is
awful things going on.
Yeah, but it's just also like it's a lot of time consuming and it's a lot of like dedication to actually doing that sort of content. And
who wants to be on YouTube?
It's too close to home.
Well, like Twitch, Twitch itself is like...
You mean like the sort of the keep up and trying to get like a video every couple of days or every week?
Just, trying to keep up that like content coming out constantly and just trying to keep up with that sort of content. Instead of being like your actual self, you're putting on a performance in a sense. While doing something live, it's like you're being yourself and you're just talking with a huge community that's your friends in a sense. So like that's why I like doing a lot more streaming live and whatnot.
It is really hard finding a balance. Like I could put on a persona for this. Like I'm a little bit more upbeat than I mostly am. Just like because there needs to be energy on this damn podcast. Because we're not getting it from these days.
I'm too busy trying to modulate your fucking voice.
To auto-tune me.
I'm too busy being the face of the podcast.
But it's just I think it's tough to keep that up. I mean, and like. One day you let it slip and people like freak out or something like that.
I have huge ups for people that like have like or like for you, for example, like that do this sort of stuff that like absolutely it's just like I can't.
My life is editing now. Like I come home from work and I edit. Like I finally had a break last week. It took me through because we were so behind. We had like 3 podcasts in the pipeline, and only now I've caught up. It took me about 3 months to now get on top of it, sort of thing. And even now it's slipping because I was supposed to edit over the weekend.
You do a really good
video
job.
Game.
We really appreciate that.
What are you guys playing at the moment?
Overwatch.
Still. Follow on from last month.
I've probably got like another year or 2 in me, I think. I just stick with games for ages.
See, you say that, and then you'll probably be stuck in there for another maybe 5 years because people said Overwatch would not last for 3 years. Like it will be a Blizzard game, then it'll have a bit of fanfare, and then everyone will go back to WoW and love WoW.
I don't think there's anything better in the same genre, and they keep making it better.
It took me like 5 months to pull away because every time you pull away, like
something
there's that video where it's like and then it's like we just announced Doomfist. It's like you ain't never leaving this game. You're like like it always sort of pulls.
I stopped for like 2 weeks, and then Anna came out. I've been playing Anna for the last 6 months. I haven't even got off that character.
They've just released a new character, right? They've got
they've announced a new character.
They've announced.
Who looks
very close.
I thought they were.
I don't like the look of it really.
Not a great design. I love the gameplay mechanics, what she's got, but I don't. She doesn't look. It's essentially like a beam.
Like a beam,
It's like a Symmetra beam of sorts.
I don't like her design. I don't like her power. She's basically Zenyatta,
and Symmetra.
So is it auto?
But
she's got that
orb.
No,
she's got the orb that can bounce around, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys
like
have
a scanner
seen
shot.
it?
I guess.
No, I haven't seen much of it. I just know that
she can throw an orb and it bounces off of walls. So if you're in a room, you could throw the orb and let it bounce around. It could be a healing orb or a damaging orb. So you can fuck someone that's hiding in a room, or you could just heal yourself while you're going balls deep.
I like that idea. I really like that idea. Only because it's better for like close quarters. Because when you're in like a big when all your whole group is going through a big room, it's hard to be like a healer trying to heal 5 people at once. So I'm guessing this orb will just bounce off and just heal people.
Unless you're Lucio or something like that.
So you play Overwatch as well?
Yeah.
Who do you main?
I main a bit of everyone.
Who are your top 3 though?
My top 3, it would probably be Lucio, it would be Reinhardt, and it would be
let's guess Farah.
Farah.
Yeah. What do you think of
Farah?
That's a good mix.
It's a pretty good mix.
What do you think? Do you like the Reinhardt short?
I love the Reinhardt short.
It was cool, hey?
It's such
I want more Torb's daughter.
Torb's daughter.
I want her as a character or something.
She's cool.
No, I was like, no, it wasn't like you guys are gonna, like. It was more just, I was like, who is this character? And then, like, you saw the tattoos, you're like, oh, crap.
He was so attracted to it.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I knew you guys were going to say that.
yoga pants all over again.
I knew you guys were going to say that.
more.
I'm just kidding. Well, there was that meme of, like, it's like Moira's out, and it's that meme of the guy checking out the other girl, and he's checking out Tom's daughter, and Moira's right there. And I was like, that's how, like, I think the whole...
I think I liked how, like, because one of the things that I like doing with those shorts alone is watching them about 5 times. So I'll watch them 5. I'll watch them 5 times, only because like I'll watch the first time and I'll get the whole thing and like this aspect like it's great, it's the most amazing thing. Oh my god! And then you watch it again, and then you'll pick up like little bits and pieces here and there, and there's a lot of references from like where that is, and then you try to depict about where that is, where it is,
and not just where,
like,
but when, because it's like Overwatch is like Watchmen, my favorite movie, because it's like it's got that whole like throwback to the team that was, and like all the shorts kind of like references like. The original.
There's so much that you don't know.
There's like there's like 50 years of history that's like there, and you got to like pull it apart bit by bit.
And that's always tough to balance, because if you don't give people enough, then they're like, well, there's nothing here. But they give you like enough and enough, like you want more kind of thing, and they're like they're teasing. They trickle it out. They kind of give you little bits.
They're doing a really good job.
Yeah, they're doing cool. I love how it's the maps too. All the shorts like take place on a map, and then when you play the map, like you can see Hanzo's arrow in the ground. You're like, oh wow, that's so cool. It's like from the short.
And like the statue of not Zenyatta, but Zendaya.
All the monks.
Anyway, let's get away from Overwatch, because the last episode was all about Overwatch. You can say your point. Sorry.
What are you playing currently?
Oh yeah, the games. What are we playing?
That was my point. I was going to ask what you were playing.
I'm having trouble getting away from Destiny. Because I'm not going to feel like I've finished it. Destiny 2, sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to feel like I've finished it until I've done that Leviathan.
There are too many games. Like,
there are far too many.
I'm on Destiny as well. I'm trying to like sort of get to 280 and do like maybe a raid or something like that and get some more like achievements in it. And like, because I was trying to play South Park: The Stick of Truth before the new one came out. Yeah. And then that got away from me, and now Fractured Butthole's already out. And I was like, I wanted to finish that in a week before Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is already out. And I'm like, I'm so behind. I'm like, there's too many games. Like Battlefront comes out next week. I'm like, oh god.
Jeez.
Battlefront. Oh, what didn't COD War?
COD came out last Friday.
Last Friday, yeah. Anyone buy it?
No.
It starts to feel like
I was talking with a mate who was playing it.
That's the problem. It does start to feel like Destiny felt like work, because it's like, all right, you beat the campaign, Jack. Now grind to 280. I'm like, like it's just how to work.
There's so much different things you can do though, right? To grind.
It's all just shooting though. Like it's like shooting with a time limit, or like shooting while jumping, or shooting while running, or like it's all.
What do you mean, like Overwatch?
It's a shooter. I get that. I get. Like, my point is invalid. I just like.
I want a first-person shooter without guns.
I didn't know how to rebut that. Story like that. I've written a game like that.
That's cool.
Like an idea. I'm like,
shocker.
The whole thing is like, it is a first-person shooter, but you never fire your gun.
Well,
like characters just keep stopping you, like they're like no, like you're like or something like that.
Or it clogs up or something.
Yeah.
It's
like you land in the lake and it's like click, like it never works the whole game. Like it'd be one of those like 2-hour like walking simulator games. Like I don't know, it's a work in progress. Sorry, what are you playing?
No, I love that. But like some of the games that I've gone back to at the moment since I like.
What are you playing right now, Matt?
Portal 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like it's everyone goes really weird about it. Goes, Portal 2 is such an old game. Why are you playing that? I was like, I just replayed the storyline. Awesome storyline for Portal 2.
It's funny too.
Yeah,
it might be great. If not like my favorite game. If not like it's like top 5.
Oh yeah. But the best thing about Portal 2 is that you can make your own maps. So what I said throughout my whole like playthrough of Portal 2 on my streams, I said to my community, go make me some maps. Go make me some community maps and go do this thing.
Yeah.
And like one stream a week, I'll play one person's a couple of maps of their creations and whatnot.
Yeah. So your community is pretty active, like that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're getting involved. We're getting part of this whole thing.
That's
and I was
awesome.
like, that's really cool. And like, honestly, I feel like I'm giving more to them and more opportunity for them to be part of the stream, and I really did enjoy the maps.
It's really cool.
That's so awesome. That's like kind of what we like want. We want to get to that level kind of thing. Like we put it out on the Facebook. We're like, hey, if you have a topic, like send it at us. We're thinking of doing like a funny like speed round sort of thing, and like
I think we got like 2 or 3.
We got a couple, and we did like it was Caitlin, your sister. Yeah, we did hers, and that's like a funny thing that we're going to put in the next one when that goes live. Yeah, but like. Not to the level of, like I think of what you're getting.
On that note, did you guys ever do the Mario World Builder thing that they released?
Oh, the Super Mario Maker.
Yeah, those maps.
I've played a couple of Super Mario maps, but they weren't.
They're ridiculous.
There's a level of like great good, and I don't know what I'm doing in this map, and I don't know what's going on.
Like, you can't move left or right, and you're like, where do I go?
And then there's like invisible blocks, and like you can't even jump.
Yeah, you jump and hit your head and go into the fall down.
Well, there's the ones that are like time maps these days, and they're like more than anything else. They're like, you got a certain amount of time to figure out the puzzle, and then you got to do it in this most exact way possible.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you screw up. You have to fail and restart.
They're a bit ridiculous, a lot of them.
What I find most interesting about all of them is that it has to be passed at least once by the person that... Wait, is it 3 times? Maybe it's 3 times. They've got to pass the map that they make.
Yeah.
So they make it really hard, and then they've got to spend ages trying to actually do it, and then
it gets
can
released
fuck around
to the public
everyone.
or whatever, yeah.
Some of the Halo game types got ridiculous. Like when I got into Halo Reach and Halo 4, where you just had so much control in the Forge mode, like some of those game types, it's like, there was one, it's like a tunnel like this, and it's like a race, and there's just falling warthogs, like the cars, and you have to dodge them while running to the end. It's like a capture the flag, and it's like you're just dodging falling vehicles, like, because they turn, I don't know how they make it. It's impressive the way they do that kind of stuff.
One of the hardest achievements that I got in Halo was, I can't remember what Halo it was, but it was, I had to keep all my soldiers alive all the way through to this like final part of like this like
in Halo 4, yeah, I know that.
Halo 4, yeah.
I've not got it.
No, but like I got it, and I was so happy, and then I realized why they call them achievements. I was just like, it's the best feeling in the world. I was like, I've done something.
I've achieved something.
I put the controller down. I went outside, and I just screamed into the marina, going, "I've done it!" Fuck
I want to have one on achievement. It's funny, like the way
First time outside in 4
the way
years.
it's so funny how they like some are like impossible, and then others it's like literally like press Y or like just let the menu be idle for like 2 minutes.
Well, we kept getting them when we were doing Trivial Pursuit Gamescast things, like Let's Play, and it was like, oh, you answered
get 25
like
questions or something.
yeah, and it was like, oh, I'm so smart.
But except for the ones where like everyone gets the achievement and it goes. Purrup, purrup.
Oh, you're like, I recorded a video. I did something in the Master Chief Collection, and I think I got like 20 achievements one after the other. Or something like that. Wow. It's like beat all the campaigns on Legendary by yourself. But it's like, because it's stacked, so it's like beat the campaign on Normal, beat the campaign on Heroic, beat the campaign on Legendary, for Halo, like 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of thing. So it was just like all these different ones. What was I going to say? I didn't bring it, unfortunately, but I meant to bring it. It was Assassin's Creed Origins, which I played about an hour, and it's impressive, but I can't really touch upon whether it was good or not, because when I started playing I was like, this is kind of bad, and then it clicked and I was like, ooh, no, this has potential. But again, I've only played about an hour.
Is this like the start, almost like the start of when you go into Black Flag almost? Is that how you
Which one was
kind
the one
of
that was
feel
really
like
glitchy and everyone complained that it like hadn't even been finished?
was
Syndicate?
Assassin's
Unity.
Creed
Unity.
Oh, Unity.
I actually didn't have much problem with that game. Like everyone complains about it being glitchy. I just found it boring as all
It was
hell.
Unity,
It's
and
so
it was a
bad.
London one. What was the London one?
London was Syndicate.
Syndicate.
That wasn't glitchy.
Syndicate.
Syndicate's actually really good, but by that point, people had just been burned so much.
Is that
See,
more-
it wasn't glitchy for you guys, because more for PC people. Like PC people, it was the worst thing in the world because you had to go through the Unity system, and the Unity system was a piece of poop, and it was just like you got to download it. You download it off Steam to go through Unity
so
to then
well,
go through this. And pardon?
You're like you
impressed.
G-rated your words just then. Piece of poop.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm trying to be nice.
EA gets so much shit, but I was like, Ubisoft, like they're like one bad
worse,
day
aren't
away from being EA, and Unity I think was the turning point. Unity, some of the stuff in Unity was disgusting. Like there's 4 chests. Normal chest you can just open. This chest, like you could only open if you sign up to the Ubisoft Club. This chest you could only open if you sign up to the Assassin's Creed website or some bullshit. This one you could only open if you played the mobile tie-in game and did enough points in that game. No, just no. Ubisoft,
awful.
no. Just it was horrible. So it was like my map is like because those games are all about the collectibles, but this one again they took it too far. There was like 60 billion collectibles, and it's just dots of white and blue and yellow and red, and like half of it I can't open unless I do all this other
Can you
crap.
imagine if movies were like that? Like you had to pay the like special fee to get like, the ending of the film.
There's jokes like that. Like a character will be all blacked out, and it's like you have to
like
pay
a side
an extra
character.
20. Yeah, you have
if
to
you want
unlock
the
him in
comic
the DLC.
relief, phone this number.
Yeah, it was just disgusting, and but people buy it sort of thing, and people pay into that. Like I've stopped buying season passes.
Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed was like season pass. I'm like no, and it was like Destiny season pass. I'm like no, and South Park, even South Park, and I think I said this maybe in the last one. I've only played Fractured Butthole, the new one, because the last one was made by Obsidian, and this one's made by Ubisoft, and it has Ubisoft stink all over it. Like game fires up, hey Ubisoft Club season pass, like free pre-order Carmen's hat. And I'm like I can't even talk to that. I'm sure the game's really great, but I haven't played it.
I had this discussion with one of the people that I met over at TwitchCon.
Let's get into that, because we mentioned BlizzCon before. I want to hear all about TwitchCon.
Okay.
Just go.
We'll talk about this very briefly. But
Yep.
I had this discussion about Bethesda and how they've changed into a buy, because his main game is Skyrim, and he's played Skyrim for like the past like year and a half. And he does modded Skyrim, like different types of mods on it. But now you have to buy the mods and whatnot, and to download them and whatnot and put them onto a thing.
Buy them?
You used to be able to just like buy games, right? Am I the only one who remembers that as a concept?
Horizon Zero Dawn, Game of the Year contender, does not get enough credit for that stuff. They just put out a game. There was no season pass. There was no pre-order. I think there was like one pre-order bonus. There was no microtransactions. There was no bullshit. They didn't even announce the DLC that comes out tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. They didn't announce that till about like 4 or 5 months after the game. It was like they put it out, they see that people liked it, people bought it, they were like, hey, people really like this game. Let's give them more of the game. And I was like, that's so good. And they don't get enough credit for that.
That's the way.
Because everybody else is like, buy us.
Exactly.
Everyone's like, buy our $150 like bundle with the season pass with the content that we're not going to tell you what's in it, but just buy it, please. Like, because we know you love it and you will, and people fall for that.
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah, but and people do, because it's like, it's so bad.
The other thing is, like, if you don't, then you can't even play it to its full potential, like, in terms of competitiveness.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many games that are now pay to play, and I love that phrase, because it's so evil. It's like, you've got to, like, put in money to, like, get the bonus weapon or something. And it's like, if you don't have the bonus weapon, you can only play, like, 3 hours of this 80-hour game before you start losing. And it's like, what?
I think,
I mean, that's probably an exaggeration.
It's like they kept sort of seeing what they could get away with. They like tried little things.
I think they can get away
and
way
mobile
too
gaming
much.
as well.
But I discussed it with him, and he goes,
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Like I discussed it with him, and he said, look, at first when I thought about it, it was like one of the most terrible things in the world that I ever thought of, because I thought it would be taking away from like me and my gaming experience, and no one will be able to like, well, that too. But then he explained it to me in a way that like I just opened my eyes. It was like, these people are making mods that go through Bethesda and get monetized through Bethesda, and Bethesda takes some of the money from them, from like they'll put it up on their marketplace and say this is how much we're paying for it, and they'll give like a rating system on said mod, and they'll say, all right, well, some of this money will go to the creator of this mod, and some of the money will come to us, so that way, because we're advertising your content on our marketplace, so that's just payment for us.
See, that I like, and I think there are ways you can do it well. I just think it is like it can be easily like manipulated and horrible. Because I think Overwatch does it quite well. Like the loot boxes, people can pay for them. It doesn't affect the game in any way. It's just cosmetics.
Yeah.
And I think that's like an acceptable level. And
definitely.
If you excuse me for 2 seconds, I'm just going to get a drink. And we're back. So Matt, please engage us. Tell us all about TwitchCon and your lovely trip in America.
Oh, TwitchCon. Oh, good old
I would
TwitchCon.
love to go.
No, like one of the biggest things that I was very worried about, because I went over there by myself and I was doing a solo travel when I went over there. The biggest thing that I was worried about was just like not meeting anyone and not actually talking to anyone.
There's like a lot of people in America. There's like 300 million, I think.
It's not in that sense. I mean, like going to a convention and not being like sociable. You
He's
idiot.
not in the middle of the Mojave Desert being like, yeah. I get that. I've been to RTX and I've like gone by myself, and it is kind of intimidating. You're like, how do I like? Yeah.
One of the things that like that did it for me was that when I went there, I literally stood in the longest line I've ever seen in my life. It went literally probably around the convention center probably about 1.5 times.
Yeah.
And I was going, and this is like a massive convention center, so I'm just
like an hour and a half later, you realise it's a line for like the bathroom.
It
Complaints, yeah.
It took me about an hour to get in.
Joke.
It took me an hour and a half
Really?
to probably get in because I was standing outside,
ridiculous.
but it wasn't too bad. But in that line, I met 2 guys who now follow my streams, who are part of my Discord and are part of like now just like literally like just part of the community.
You bond with people when you're stuck somewhere.
Absolutely. Like that. I remember I made friends with this. I hate to admit it. I stand in line from like, it might have been 2 hours. But I had my 3DS with me, so I just sat down. I was just like, oh, it's moved, and then like just played my 3DS. But like I made friends with this like woman, and like I remember like I was like, I need to pee and I need like a coffee or whatever, and she was like, I can watch your shit if you want to go, and I'm like, thank you, and then like we just kind of did that. We saved each other's spot, cool. And I met these two guys like from RTOs. Like we were standing in line, and I was just like, we just got chatting, and got like better and better, and then I eventually built up the courage. I was like, look, I didn't come with anybody. I was like, can I hang out with you guys? They were like, sure, man. I'm like, yeah, we're friends on Facebook and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Like, and I feel like that's the one thing that I was, like I said, I was afraid of, like I wasn't going to meet anyone or whatnot. But I feel like that this convention is different to any other convention in this, or like not just this convention, but any convention that relates to like gaming in that sense, because it's.
Sorry, where is it in America? TwitchCon.
It was in Long Beach, California.
Oh, California, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cali. Yeah.
It was really, really beautiful. Really, really nice.
You had, like,
had
more
in and out.
beaches
Had
and
in and out. In and out's the only place. California's the only place you can get in and out. In and out's amazing.
Oh, that's half the reason I want to go to America. It's try all their beautiful chains. In and Out, Whataburger, Taco Bell. In and Out's like a burger place, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it's a burger chain.
Like,
one of the best burgers.
But like,
it's like everyone in America when they go to California, that's the place to go to. In and Out.
In and Out, Whataburger.
Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Oh, what's the one with the
Five Guys
breadsticks? Olives? Something?
Olive Garden, Red Lobster.
Red Lobster.
Fuck yeah. I don't know why I know so many.
It's for TV.
Rooster Teeth podcast. Rooster Teeth. Yeah, Rooster Teeth.
I like keep thinking, I'm like, have I ever been to an Olive Garden? No, I'm like, no, I've never been to America.
Yeah. I have an idea in the work. Bernie Burns did like a vlog where he showed like all these eating places you could go. They made it like a challenge though. They went to like 6 places in a day. And so they had like small meals, but they ate at every single place to show like fans when they come to Austin where to eat. And I'm like, I would love to do that for Darwin. Like if we did like a
cool.
food.
G-Con.
Like, yeah, exactly. Fuck, we didn't even talk about that. We didn't go.
I went.
Did you?
I went.
What did we do on G-Con Day? I did something.
I can't
might have
remember
been
now.
working.
It was a good first convention.
I feel like I had a party that night. Sorry. All good. Sorry.
That's what I like to hear. Because I remember we have a friend that works there at the convention center, and he was like, oh, it wasn't, actually I probably shouldn't call him out. He didn't think it was as impressive as it could have been. And I was like, it is the first one. And I wish I went just to support it, so then next year it could be better.
So the G-Con is, for anyone who doesn't know, G-Con is like the convention that is Australia-wide, but it's only just recently came to Darwin itself.
Oh, is it Australia-wide?
Australia-wide. Well,
I'd never heard of it before until
it's
here.
2 other places, I think. Not Australia-wide, but it's like 2 other places. But
because I know there's Supernova, and we have Armageddon Con, and we have like Oz Comic Con, and
I was so close to going to Supernova last year.
Supernova
I was like looking at tickets.
The cosplay stuff is like that's on another level.
I love cosplay.
Oh, well, and that was the other thing. Like there were people that actually went to G-Con and cosplayed.
Yeah.
Like,
in the Darwin humidity, I'm so impressed.
And literally, I went up to them and I was like, I can't believe that you've done this, and you're like absolutely 10 out of 10 for like effort and 100%. Like,
my cosplay would be like Baywatch. I would just wear like Speedos and like just so I don't have to wear a shirt or like clothes. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, a lot of cosplayers like dressing down.
It was honestly like for a first convention for Darwin, it was probably one of the better conventions.
That's
like
awesome.
better impressions out of the game. Because the first thing that I know about conventions is first conventions are always the worst. Because it's always like the first time in that place, it's always like very run down and stuff.
Are we gonna get it again next year? Is it yearly?
I hope so. I hope
It's
they made
yearly.
enough to like keep it going.
I've talked about it with David Moore, who was helping run the event.
The NT-Esports.
Yeah,
the NT-Esports guy.
And
I want to get those guys on. I want to get them on one of these Gamecasts.
NT-Esports, the easy guys. They'd love to chat, so it's easy enough. So they'd love to talk and whatnot.
Yes.
But they are absolutely he's like, look, I want to keep doing this. Like, this is one of the best things. Like, that's helped us like grow our name out there because it's really popularized and whatnot. And yeah, he really I enjoyed it. And there was a bunch of people that did cosplay, and there was a lot of board game stuff. It can expand. There wasn't.
There's like the models and stuff, like Armada and X-Wing or Y-Wing, whatever it's called. Is that what you mean? Like the tabletop sort of game?
Yeah, definitely. Because you can rent out a board game there, and you could literally just play board games. And that's like they based it around popular conventions in that sense. But
that's pretty cool.
There wasn't. There was like a bit of arts and craft. There was a bit of buy some things here and there.
Yeah.
Apparently some guy made a mint. He sold like a whole bunch of art stuff or something.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely. Like some of the art there was fantastic. It was really beautiful art. I know some people that do like commission work. Like they'll just sit there and they'll draw. They'll bring all their drawings and paintings to the show and they'll sell it off. Yeah. No. But it can always grow. It's a beginning convention. It's kind of like putting your toe in the water. You're testing it and everything.
When I came back to Darwin, I wanted to start the convention. I wanted to be the guy to like pitch that and start the convention. And then I came back and I'm like, what, G-Con? I'm like, it's a thing? And then the same thing with NTE stores. I was like, man, I would love like a gaming crew in Darwin. It's like, well, have you heard of NTE stores? I'm like, oh God, like Darwin's so like
We have
further
no
ahead than I
original
thought.
ideas.
Yeah.
We're Darwin's first podcast.
Darwin's #1 podcast, yeah.
Darwin's #1 podcast.
I mean,
Darwin, greater
who's gonna
region.
dispute that?
Palmerston's first one.
Oh God, just Northern Territory. I'm sure there's someone in Alice Springs that's like
I'm sure there's
killing it.
like hundreds of people.
Oh,
They
yeah,
just
absolutely.
probably have 8 followers like us. We're growing.
So, and TwitchCon's different to VidCon as well. Have you been to VidCon?
No. VidCon's more of a podcast sort of thing. So it's like
That's more of YouTube.
YouTube,
yeah, like
more YouTube, more
personalities,
videos,
like your
and
Justine and your Grace Helbig.
yeah, more vlogging in a sense.
That's the word I was looking for.
yeah,
vlogging,
vlog. Yeah. And
Anybody at Twitch? Any famous sort of anyone I would or we would know?
so if you know gaming sort of communities, there was Bajira. I met Bajira. I met II Jericho.
I've heard of him. but I've not heard of
I
Bajira.
met Spoon. I am Spoon. I met.
I love the names. The names,
names
are always so
are
I
great.
met
great.
number one Just Dancer. Aisha. I think the name is little Aisha, like little Isha.
Just answer as in like the
The
best
game.
at the game. Yeah.
Yeah, best of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, like she's like world number 1 or number 2 worldwide. I can't remember.
Were any of
correctly.
the Rooster Teeth guys there or anything?
Yes, Ryan Haywood was there.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So Ryan Haywood was there, and I think Meg Turney was also there.
Yeah, she does Twitch stream, I believe.
Yeah, so I think those two were there. I saw them briefly.
Together without Gavin.
Yeah. But like I saw them very
Sorry,
briefly
guys,
from
Inside
across the
joke.
way.
I'm just going to laugh. Can we edit in me laughing?
Without
Gavin.
But like it's I feel like that like when you go there and you don't really talk to popular people as much.
No, I get that.
Like
I've
there's-
never
swarm.
talked to a
They're
popular
swarm
person in
people,
my
yeah.
life.
You have to be
Like
like,
those-
hey, selfie, and that's it. Like, because they are just so busy.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, Jericho had the roast that happened to him as well, and that
He
was
got
really-
roasted?
He got roasted.
That's cool.
Oh, there
You
were,
got-
I
yeah,
imagine
he
there's
did
lots of
roast.
panels and stuff too. and
Yeah,
stuff
a
like
lot of panels. So a lot of them like talk about like how you can grow your Twitch channel and how you can grow your
That's cool.
your community in a sense. There was one for people who are a little bit more advanced and have like like a lawyer sort of talking and whatnot,
Oh, okay.
and like having like
Protecting
chats about
yourself
that, protecting
legally
yourself
from-
on the internet.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
VPN.
Yeah.
but-
And I think one of the I didn't really go to many panels.
Yeah.
In that sense, but what I did more than anything else was I kind of because I'm part of a community called Crash Fan.
Say again?
Crash Fan.
Crash fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this? FAM?
Yeah. C.
Like family.
Crash like a car
Yeah,
crash,
yeah.
and then fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Crash
those two
Fan
images
Stream
together.
Team.
Yep. Crash Fan Steam stream.
That is-
Shout out.
Frick it, that's hard to say.
But like, and like I met a couple of like I messaged them online. I was like, look, I'm here I'm doing a solo travel, guys. If you are here, give me a yell. I'm wearing my Crash Fan stream shirt, and if you
Should
want
have
to,
wore it for the podcast.
yeah, I was going to, but like Twitch. I mean,
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
and I was like, if you're here, give me a yell, and I'll come out, and I'll chill out I'll come say hi and get a photo and whatnot.
Absolutely.
One of the people that picked me up was a girl called Zilliness on Twitch. All right, and she was one of the biggest angels of the whole trip. She literally she picked me up and she goes, "Crash Man, I saw the shirt, then I realized who you were," and I was like, and she goes, "You're the yellow whale guy." And I was like,
Yeah.
Someone across the world as well.
That
That's what
is
I
cool.
love. I love that sort of stuff.
But
That's fantastic.
yeah, I met her, and then like we became best friends from that. And
That's
it's
so cool.
from that point on.
Silliness.
Zilliness.
Yeah, look her up.
in the
Zillinesses.
description. Yeah. We could put a link in the
Yeah.
description.
And then from that point onwards, I met two other people who us three literally spent the whole time together because we were just like we're gonna go out. Draco Gaming was another one. Draco Gaming, who's
Oh, I know that one. I've heard that one.
You've
I don't know
heard
how
of
I know
Draco
that one.
Gaming?
Yes.
really.
Is he really popular?
Yeah,
I'm not big on Twitch. I'm more YouTube. But I like. There's always crossover. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Draco _Gaming. He's now just changed his name to.
Does he do lots of Minecraft ones?
No.
Okay, because I played Minecraft, the Telltale series, and there's an episode where it's like they're in like a house together, and I didn't realize it at first, but it was like as I was playing, I was like, hang on, I sort of Googled the name. Basically, it was like a whole bunch of like Let's Players and YouTubers, each voice like these characters in one of the episodes.
Might be thinking of Captain Sparkles?
I think that was one of them.
Yeah.
I might have watched that as well. I think somebody made me watch that.
I think it was one of them. They were all like sort of famous.
Yeah, famous like streamers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I met those guys. Best experience I've ever had in my life. I would have to. I recommend it to anyone. If you go there, just talk to people.
But only if we can be
everyone's
there with Understore Gaming and Zilliness. I don't want to go with other people now. You've talked them up.
Yeah, well,
It is cool.
But like meeting those people, like they took me into into their wings, and they made me like want to be a part
whale
of
guy.
And it was the best. It was the best thing in the world because one thing, I'm not a partner with Twitch. I'm an affiliate. That means I don't have the privileges of what a partner is, basically.
Okay.
Like what you are with us.
Yeah. Like basically, I don't get into partner parties and what like that and all that sense. But if I know someone that's a partner, I can be their plus one. So I got into every single party. I cut every single line. I got into conventions quicker. Zilliness. Zilliness is a partner. Draco Gaming is a partner.
Right. So you knew two partners.
Yeah. So I knew two partners. I was like, yes, I'm in.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
One of the best things about the conventions as well is like, well, actually, that's not even the convention. It's the community shirts you can wear as well. Like, I'll wear my Rooster's shirt, and it's like the amount of people that I've just like sort of got chatting to, become friends with, like, hey, like your shirt, sort of thing. And you just like, you get chatting or whatever. Like, or like you recognize each other. Like, I think I was on the train on my way to RTX Sydney, the first one back in 2016. And yeah, like, I just saw these guys wearing like Achievement Hunter shirts, and like we just got chatting sort of thing. And like my always question was just like, how did you get into Rooster Teeth? And it's always like fascinating, like the way people found it. Like some people find it like, I started watching Achievement Hunter. I'm like, wow, because like to me, Rooster is like red versus blue. Like that's like how I sort of started on it. But yeah, and it's funny what you said about the first convention's always the worst. That Sydney convention, like it was pretty rough. Like there was like the aircon like was. I don't think there was aircon.
There was,
and it was like the summer in fucking Sydney, and like they announced that they were like RTX Sydney 2 now with air conditioning, and everyone was like, yes, it's like it's sweating, like yeah, like that's. I saw a bunch of panels just to get into because the auditoriums were air conditioned, whereas the main hall wasn't, and I was like, oh, it's like some people like Barbara and whatnot talking about like voice acting or something like that, and I was like, fuck it, well, I'll see that. I was like, I got time, like, I want to get out of the hot sun, so I'll go see that. Yeah. I had this though, it's like when I met some of the, or when I came across them, is like, because it's a weird thing when you see people that are famous, people that you've watched all the time on videos, and it's like when you see someone that you know, but you've forgotten who they are sort of thing, and like I just like freeze up, I'm like, oh, that guy looks familiar, I know that person, and I'm like, how do I know that person? Like, is he a friend? Did I go to high school with him? And that's Gavin Free or something like that. You're like, oh, I freeze up, and I try to get over it a little bit, but my biggest disappointment from RTX was Freddie Wong, who's like big YouTuber.
I know
the VFX.
I used to watch all of his stuff.
He's awesome. Rocket Jump. Yeah,
and Video Game High School.
Video Game High School is tremendous.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was.
It was pretty good.
For what it was, a YouTube series. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
I could have been better, but it was pretty good.
It was pretty awesome
for YouTube content.
For what it was, like,
yeah, definitely.
It was like the coolest web series.
Too.
They did 3 seasons. Yeah, it got really dark at some points, but anyhow, like, because like we were talking, like these guys just get swarmed. Like I remember, like Bernie Burns couldn't move at one point. Like everyone's just like trying to take selfies and trying to ask him shit, and like. I don't know, like they have Guardians being like, you need to get to this panel for 2:00, and it's like, but I want to take photos with the fans.
Guardians, that's cool.
Oh, they call them Guardians. Well, that's the conventions.
Yeah, no,
they're like the peacekeepers, I guess. Yeah, the Guardians or the security people.
They should dress them up like Spartans.
Like tasering people. Get off him! Get off him!
Yeah. There's lasers and but no, what happened was I think I was getting some food and I came back into the convention, and Freddie W just was like just walking past me, and it was like for what it was, there was like no people around. It was just like me and him. And I'm just like staring at him because I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, how do I know this guy? How do I know this guy? And he just thought, like, he could see me, I guess, looking. And he was like, hey, man. I was like, hi. And then, like, that's all I could stifle was like, hey. And then he kept walking. And then as soon as he passed me, I was like,
That's Freddie W.
I was like, that was Freddie W. And I turned around, I was like, fuck. I was like, because he was by himself. I could have gotten a photo with him. I could have said, hi, you're incredibly influential to me. Like, you know, you're amazing. Your videos are great. And all I could fucking say was, hey.
He probably still tells that story to his friends. He's like, hey, so I was at, you know.
I think I tried tweeting at him, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I froze.
He's like, there was
I love
this
you.
one
You're
guy
amazing.
who didn't recognize me.
I know, he was so offended. Yeah, like, I was like, fuck, Freddie W, if you're listening, I know you're not, but yeah, you and Creed are awesome. He's like a huge influence on my stuff. Like
He's an influence on
most
me,
of my
actually,
After
so.
Effects knowledge comes from watching his tutorials. Like the muzzle flare stuff. Like I thought that was genius watching that in high school. Like the way you do it. Like yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure. Thank you, Matt. Like that's awesome. Yeah, all the TwitchCon stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how what are we doing for time.
Doing all right. 40 minutes. 35.
Ooh. Wrap it up, maybe.
Yeah, wrap it up. I had a point about Yooka-Laylee, but we might just wrap it up, I would say.
I don't think we need to talk about Yooka-Laylee.
You don't need to? I mean,
Nah.
maybe I'll say that for another one.
We'll do it
It was
another
more
time.
because I think we talked about it at dinner. Was like games. It's hard to find games without any killing in them. Do you remember this conversation?
Yes.
We had? Yeah, and because I have this show here because I supported Yooka-Laylee. I didn't like the game, but I supported it because I like games like that, and I want them to be more sort of platforms and stuff like that. Because yeah, like my girlfriend's not the biggest fan of killing, and so it's like I want more games around that, but it's hard to draw a line. Like even Zelda, it's like monsters and things, but you're still kind of fighting them.
Yeah.
But I guess if there's no blood, it's okay. Yeah.
In a sense, like I still think some of the best games are the games that don't have killing in them.
Well, what do you define as
Portal.
killing, though? I mean, like, what about Mario? Like, when you jump on, like,
well,
a
that
turtle?
was sort of what I wanted to get into. Is
Cold,
like,
blooded murder.
Yeah, we had this.
What a fucking psycho.
Well, there was, somebody did that, like, point of view video or something. It was like a parody
They
of it,
just
and you could
crush.
see him, like, crushing skulls of the
It's like,
Goombas and stuff.
Yeah.
We
haven't
had this
chatted about
discussion on the way over.
Oh, really?
We were talking about game theory.
Yeah.
And how game theory was talking about how Mario is a psychopathic killer because he literally kills Goombas, but Goombas are the...
Native species to that.
No.
No.
Goombas, back in Super Mario...
The manual
Back
for
into
Super
Mario
1.
lore, okay.
Yeah, back in Super Mario, basically what happened with Super Mario is that the kingdom got taken over by Bowser,
I think I remember this.
and Bowser put a spell on the kingdom.
So the toadstools turned into Goombas.
Yes.
Yes.
I
So
remember
he's
that.
killing
Murdering
his
his own people.
And that's what
And he doesn't give a shit either.
Yeah, well, it gets
Stumps
because it's
on
like
it, triple jumps
It's like
on
you
there.
don't really think about. It's not killing for the sake of
Fucking
killing. It's
a-hole.
like it's more of just like an obstacle that you need to get over. And
I
the
think
obstacle
every game is
people.
like that, like
Yeah.
in a like a.
It's like a means to an end. Like Destiny,
in a philosophical
it's
sense.
like you're not killing them for the joy of making them suffer. You're killing them to
'cause
get
they're
the
an
loot to
obstacle.
level.
Yeah.
up.
Unless you play
It's an
COD.
obstacle to like.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. It's an
Yeah.
obstacle in other parts of the game. But I think things do glorify it, like Gears of War. Like I remember Kat was like, "How can you play this game?"
Oh,
Because I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like chainsawing people in half, and I'm like, "Yeah, like I love it so much." And she was like, "How can you like this is so disgusting?" And like I guess, and I was like, because I never really thought about it. Like I knew I loved it, and I was like, "Why do I love it?" And I think the only way I justified it in my head was like, it is so ridiculous that I can kind of separate it from reality. Like it's not super real. Of course it's not. It's
You guys
you're
ever play,
chainsawing people in half, and I love that.
On
Every
your
part of that-
gun. It's on your
Every part
fucking
of that
gun.
game is so macho. Like you press X to open a door. Do you open the door? No, you kick it down. You know what I mean? Like everything is so like more. Like I don't know.
I don't know if you guys remember Dawn of War, but it was a bit like that. It was like a strategy game.
Yeah.
So you're looking down at your armies, and they're quite small. And it's fun because it's strategy. But if you zoom in enough, Dawn of War, like for an old game, they had pretty good graphics, and you can like see like these tiny people. Like when you get the last shot and a minion dies, they don't just like fall over or disappear like in most games. There's like a mini cinematic where they'll run up to them, like pull out their spine and like throw the body away, and then there's like blood splatters all over the map, and it's like. Oh, it's great. I love it.
I want to peer away from this subject just very quickly. I want to talk about indie devs. So one of the biggest things that I find with going to conventions is, especially like gaming and PAX South and PAX, I think it's East, is the development side of like games and stuff like that. I was very disappointed with TwitchCon's indie side this time around.
Really? Okay.
They had a very, very rare amount of like indie side. Like, and people were telling me like the indie games last year were massive. It was like bigger than anything else. They had about maybe 6 or 7 games like on the floor, and then that were like under development. Which one of the games I want to talk about as well. And then on the other side of it, there was they had like all the like streaming stuff, which is fair enough. Like they have like streamer development stuff, basically.
So I've been to EB Expo and PAX, and they've been quite good. Like our friend Francesco, who made Upresed, High-Resed?
No, it's
De-Resed. De-Res, that's what it's called. De-Resed.
I don't think that's right either.
Like,
that's
and
right.
he was
Keep
always
going.
there, like showing it off, and because he got like a partnership with Adult Swim, I believe, and he made this indie game. It was him and like 4 guys. Like, that's really impressive.
Cool.
I think it's
really
awesome.
neon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
Swim.
kind of like Tron, like the aesthetic, like that kind of neon.
Okay, yeah.
But no, they've
cool.
always been quite good. So that's
One of the games that I picked up from that place that I show you the Twitch badge on the Twitch badge and everything was something called Tunic.
Oh, you mentioned this.
Now, Tunic is one of these games where you're a little fox. It's a cute little world. But when I was talking to the developer of it, she was talking about how it may have the cute art style behind it, but it has the level design of Dark Souls.
Okay, I've not really played the Dark Souls, so I can't attest.
But that's quite dark. I mean,
No, it's not dark. It's very light.
Highly acclaimed though.
Yeah, but like so Dark Souls. So the way that I say like it's got the level design is that it's got the difficulty behind it. So like you have to go through these different stages to get to different bosses, to open different levels, to get to different places, to get to the final marking spot. And you do have to dodge. You do have to roll. It looks like a very cute art style game.
It sounds like Bastion or something like that. It looks like Bastion?
Yeah. But it does have like locking system on it. Like it does have like all this like internal kind of gear.
we should
stuff.
do like a Let's Play or something. I feel like we need to see this game.
Yeah, once it comes out. I don't know.
When
It's
it
funny you
comes
mentioned
out.
Dark Souls. Assassin's Creed Origins, like they've taken a lot of notes from Dark Souls. The combat uses a lock-on system. It's like Legend of Zelda almost, Ocarina, and like the bumpers are attack. But anyway, that's a good segment. So, are you excited for this game?
I'm really excited.
it looks
for
That's
this game.
fantastic.
cute.
Because that's sort of how I wanted to end. Was what games are you guys excited for? So Tunic, and what else are you?
Tunic. There was another game that kind of like threw me off a little bit. It was like a game where you play as an esports player, and you can either make decisions to become a professional esports player or just to become a gamer on And I went,
there's a game within a game.
There's a
esports game.
There's a game. So you're a gamer playing a game.
So we had basketball,
playing a game,
and then
you're going.
no. Is there like a Twitch simulator?
That's in the DLC.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a Twitch streamer simulator. Is there that now? Like
What's it called?
vlogger simulator?
Hell something. I can't remember what it's
It
called.
does sound like hell.
That's so funny.
That's awful.
I'm keen for Battlefront 2. What about you
I'm
guys?
keen for Battlefront. That was going to be mine.
Recently, I was listening to a podcast where they're talking about Golf Story. Have you guys-
Yes,
Golf.
that sounds amazing.
And I was like, what the fuck? Why is this so
Everybody's
great? And
golf, yeah.
I watched a video, and then I watched another video, and I probably watched about like 40 minutes of videos about Golf Story. It's like this RPG, and you're playing golf, and like the only thing you can do is play golf.
Like
But
golf
it's-
isn't even like the
got
main
this
part of it,
amazing-
it sounds like. It's like all about the
this
story and
amazing
the
world.
characters. You just play golf. Like it's a
Yeah.
golf mini game. I don't know. It
But
sounds
it's like it looks challenging and like a good
Yeah,
puzzler,
yeah.
and yeah,
it sounds fun. And
That's-
they recently
I'm looking-
announced Far Cry 5 has co-op.
Unfortunately, that's not a Switch.
maybe.
So I'm either gonna have to borrow yours or
Yeah.
steal someone else's.
That's fair.
Anyway, I think we're going along. I think we'll wrap up there. And we're back. We had some camera troubles there, but we're wrapping up anyway. I just want to quickly say
When do we not have camera troubles?
there's one game that I'm excited about. We have a copy of it here. It is Felix Baker's Dance Academy coming to the Xbox One.
What the fuck, dude? Stop doing this to me.
It's yeah.
Oh, it's gonna have the flappy bird.
my god, that's amazing.
That's the best photo you could find of me dancing.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there's more on the back too. Yeah.
Mate, it's gotta have your signature.
So,
move, mate.
12K super mega ultra
It's a
HD.
Connect only game, which is funny. You may have heard that they discontinued Connect, but this one's keeping it alive.
Oh my
Connect only.
god. Put me in the next one. I'll leave for Felix and I. Put
Xbox
yourself in
Live
the next
online
one.
multiplayer
That-
2.
I just copied
So
that. That's like a
Okay.
template. Yeah.
That is
insane.
hilarious.
Felix Baker's Dance Academy coming soon to Xbox One.
What?
That's been the Giant Blue Gamescast. We'll catch you guys later.